Thank you. Now, we've got Ian Wells as the next one. Kia ora and welcome.
Hi, hello. This is a personal submission, and my background is I do cycling advocacy, and I run a couple of bike rides, and all my professional background is in IT, and I also continue to support the IT community as well. And first of all, this is a long-term plan, so I'll try to, I want to address sort of the longer-term things that I see in the city. Number one is climate change. I was really pleased to see there's so much emphasis on climate change, and I would hopefully get more and more of the climate crisis issues put into our long-term plans. And as an example, I'm really impressed with just the change over the last couple of years of all the cycleways. It's really become much more joyful in the city to be able to ride on these highways, bicycle highways going around the city, and hopefully we'll get more of those in the central city as well. So yes, big check for emphasis on climate change. My background in IT too, I'm really interested in information. As climate change becomes more pervasive and requires more and more money and resources, I think how information is put out by the council becomes more important. If you can just look at the effect that anti-vaxxers, for example, have on community health and the health of all of us, I would like to encourage more analysis of what it takes to counter information that is not in our common good and common good of our children. In terms of long-term plan, I'm really sad to see the urban sprawl that's happened since the earthquake, and that's I continue to encourage more higher density housing and more ways of not making decisions on land, how not to use land for large housing tracts, and use it for things that are most appropriate, for example, agriculture in many places. And the last point really is on sustainability and what metrics we're using or being used, and I'd like to see more I'd like to encourage people to be transparent about how that information about sustainability metrics is being conveyed and improved as well. For example, how do we count carbon credits for offshore server farms or electric cars that are manufactured overseas? I think those are all real impacts, and more attention to the exact metrics and improving those metrics would be really good. So thank you.
Thank you very much, and just perfect timing. So thank you for your submission.